कवीनाम् उपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्तिभिः सीदसादनम्।
Today, I'm talking to you from Chicago. I'm involved in a lot of businesses in Chicago area, and I had been teaching in different areas, engineering, mathematics, various computer subjects. I want to understand what is Vedic math. We had been hearing about Vedic math for so many years. Vedic math has been used in ancient years, thousands and thousands of years ago. Today, in schools, for improvement of the students, for elderly, for the improvement of thinking, memory, and in a modern industry, various corporate segments also are planning to use and have been using Vedic math. What is this Vedic math? We have got an expert, Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant. She had been practicing Vedic math for the last 20 years. Let us understand who is Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant and how she got involved into this Vedic math and what is her expertise and what is it we can achieve by talking to her, by listening to her experiences. And now let us see what Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant wishes to say. Thank you.
Namaste. I'm Gayathri Rajnikant. I did my schooling from St. Francis Girls High School, Secunderabad. Later, I did my engineering from Usmania University in Electronics and Communication. I did my master's from UIUC, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, in Masters in Computer Science. And further, I did my data science from Johns Hopkins University. In addition to that, I also hold a degree in embedded systems and also mass communication. Today, I'm here to share my experiences on Vedic mathematics. Firstly, I would like to say we belong to India, a very great country. India has a lot to offer to the world, including Vedic mathematics. Many foreigners visit India just to learn Vedic mathematics. We Indians should be really, really proud of this thing. Being Indians, we should also learn Vedic mathematics. So I'm here to explain what Vedic mathematics is and how it is helpful and why we should learn.
I had been in teaching for many years. I trained thousands of engineering students, hundreds and hundreds of SAP human resources consultants. Anywhere you go, in whichever country we go, I can find my students. Now, when I came to know about Vedic math, I was very curious to understand more about Vedic math, how Vedic math was used in ancient days, and how it is being used in modern days. Let us hear from the expert, what is this Vedic math? From Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant.
Vedic math is an ancient system of mathematics. All the rules and techniques used to solve the mathematics are from Atharvana Veda. There are 16 sutras and 13 upasutras using which you can solve any kind of mathematics, starting from basic arithmetics, algebra, trigonometry, geometry, coordinate geometry, calculus, and conics. It's a vast subject. Now that we all know Vedas, there are 4 Vedas, and all the texts in the Vedas are called Shrutis. Shruti means that which is heard. In the ancient days, Vedas were passed on orally from Guru to his disciple. In course of times, these Vedas were lost until Sri Bharati Krishna Tirtha Ji, Puri Shankaracharya, rediscovered Vedic mathematics. He wrote 16 books, each on one sutra. Unfortunately, only the first volume is available, and all the others are lost. So basically, ancient Vedic mathematics is nothing but our ancient mathematics, which we should all be proud of.
It is wonderful to know Vedic math. How the school students can get benefit out of this Vedic math. How college students can get benefit out of this. How engineering students can get benefit out of this. First, let us see how simple multiplication or division can be done easily which involves complex numbers. Let us see.
Here we have two different steps. Here we have 5-digit multiplication with 5-digit multiplication using the regular conventional method which we learn at school, which involves a lot of steps. However, using Vedic mathematics, based on the pattern, we try to simplify and get a one-line answer, even for a 5-digit by 5-digit multiplication. So here when we look at the numbers, we look at a pattern. There are 21 different ways of multiplication looking at by the look of the pattern. You know, the pattern actually suggests you which sutra to be used. So here we use Nikilam Sutra, which is based on the base. It's basically a base method, wherein both the numbers should be closer to a base. This base is nothing but powers of 10. It starts from 10 to the power of 1 all the way to the 10 to the power of n. So here the closest base would be 10 to the power of 4, which is 10,000. And the first number is 520 greater than the base, and the second number is 8 greater than the base. So both the numbers we multiply, the numbers which are greater than the base, and then the cross add. And just combining these two numbers gives you the answer, which is a one-line step. So this is the greatness of Vedic mathematics, which simplifies our lives.
It is wonderful to know how Vedic math can be used in day-to-day life. First, we have seen the example of mathematics, multiplication, any complex number. Once we know the technique of how we have to apply this Vedic math for complex numbers, then it is easy. In fingertips, without using pen and paper, in your mind itself you can calculate and then get the result in few seconds. That is the greatness of Vedic math. Now let us see how this Vedic math is applied to algebra. We all know in school days x plus y is equal to, or 2x plus 3 is equal to, and then we have to find the values of x and y. It takes a lot of steps, but how that can be done in one step using Vedic math, let us see.
During school days, we all learned algebra as a part of a curriculum, and then we had many problems involving simultaneous equations. When we are solving the system of simultaneous equations involving in x and y, we either calculate the values of x and y using the substitution method or the elimination method, which is a very long winding process. However, using Vedic mathematics, it's a single line answer using a Parvat Yojate Sutra. So it's like it's a very simple formula which involves only a couple of steps. So we are eliminating drastically the long winding process and simplifying our process, our lives. So this is again we should all be proud of, because it's our Indian heritage.
Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant always starts with Ganapati Sloka in her all presentations. Let us try to understand what is that link between Ganapati Sloka and Vedic math. Let us hear from her.
We start anything new in the name of Ganapati. And second reason, which is more relevant to Vedic mathematics, is that there are terms like Gana and Gananam in the mantram. Gana means number, magnitude, group. Gananam means calculations and computations. So that means we Indians are aware of mathematics from the times of Vedas. That means ancient times. I have a very beautiful experience which I want to share with you all. An elderly learned priest from a local temple in Chicago was very impressed after knowing the meanings, hidden meaning of this mantra from Rig Veda. After decoding and explaining the meanings of the word, he was very impressed and happy. In his words, he said, "I've been chanting this mantra all my life, but never knew it had a hidden meaning relevant to Vedic mathematics." He then was very happy and blessed me for sharing this new perspective.
That is the wonderful way of trying to know how Ganapati Sloka and Vedic math, they are interconnected. Now let us try to see how Vedic math can be used to simplify coordinate geometry equations.
The equation of the straight line passing through 2 points can be found using the slope-intercept form and also finding the value of m, which is slope. This is a regular way of doing or finding the equation of the straight line. But using Vedic mathematics, it's a one-line answer. The traditional or the conventional method involves a lot of steps, and it's a time-consuming process, and also you need to remember all the formulae involved in that process. But here, using Vedic mathematics, as you all can see, using Urdhva Trayak Sutra, it's only a single line answer. So again, we simplify our lives a lot.
Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant has been practicing Vedic math for the benefit of various organizations, various individuals in the whole world in the last 20 years. Let us see what are the experiences, unique experiences, which we could not imagine. Such kind of experiences she faced in her lifetime. Let us see what are those experiences.
I have a lot of memories which I can share with you, but I would like to share a couple of them. I once had a third grader who was lacking in math skills. His father was always worried for him, and he used to inquire about his progress. One day I was pleasantly surprised when he came to me and said that his son got involved in an argument with a 8th grader. Not only he challenged him in math, but also won the challenge. So this is a very unique experience where I could see the happy tears in his father's eyes.
That was wonderful experience. A third grade kid challenging with an 8th grader, having learnt the techniques of how to use Vedic math for school mathematics. Now let us see what experience Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant has with regard to an elderly gentleman who got a benefit out of Vedic math. Let us see.
I once had a retired chemistry professor. She came to me and said that they have a family history of Alzheimer's, and she told me that she wants to learn Vedic mathematics just to keep her brain active and prevent Alzheimer's. Here's a very practical example of the benefits of Vedic mathematics.
Let us try to understand what motivated Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant to start learning about Vedic math and how she got involved into this. Let us hear from her.
20 years back, during my final year in engineering, I came across articles on Vedic mathematics published by a local newspaper. I was fascinated by the way one could solve problems using Vedic mathematics. I really developed a great interest and passion for it. I gradually developed a lot of Vedic mathematics skills on my own. So I learned the subject on my own.
We also understand that Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant has been teaching Vedic math to various individuals and a lot of organizations in and around Chicago area, and also some of the organizations in India. Let us hear from her what are the organizations she is involved and how the organizations got benefit out of this Vedic math.
In the year 2010, I was volunteering for Geo Educational Trust. I developed their website, maintained their database, created flyers for various events, and also came up with a pre-service booking system. During the very same year, they started a summer camp for kids, and they approached me to help them with the camp. At the camp, they were teaching shlokas, bhajans, music, art, which I felt was very routine and monotonous. So I suggested them that we should start teaching Vedic mathematics. That's how my journey of teaching Vedic mathematics started in US in the year 2010 through Geo Educational Trust, and slowly it went on to spread in and around Chicago and later in US. And there are many organizations which I am conducting Vedic mathematics classes, like Geo Educational Trust, North-South Foundation, Hindu Temple of Greater Chicago, Ganesh Gayathri Temple, Sri Veda Dharmashala Gurukulam, and then Indian Association of Greater Chicago. And later this year, I've started my journey in India also through Dawn Personality Development Center.
We understand Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant has also written a book on Vedic math. What is this Vedic math book? What is that she has written? Let us hear from her.
Yeah. Sri Chinnajir Swami, Indian spiritual guru, came to know about my work and appreciated my efforts. He wanted me to write a book on Vedic mathematics so as to introduce Vedic mathematics to his students at ashramam. I was blown away with this great opportunity. I then wrote a book called Vedic Mathematics Made Easy and dedicated to Swamiji during his next visit to Chicago. In addition to that, I also designed course curriculum for various organizations. I prepared material and did the Train the Trainer program to particularly JET USA, that is Geo Educational Trust, and North South Foundation. For the past 10 years, all the Prajna centers in USA are using the books written by me, which makes me feel really accomplished and very happy.
All these wonderful experiences are great to hear and the opportunity for us to learn. Always mathematics has been a subject of interest for many in the competitive examinations to score high ranking so you can get seat in highly qualified universities. Let us try to understand how Vedic math can be used to solve an equation or example in trigonometry.
Trigonometry scares many. I have an example where we can find out sine alpha plus sine beta, tan alpha plus tan beta, and on. So using the regular method, or the method which we learn at school, it involves it's a time-consuming process, and it's a long list of formulas which you need to remember. But using Vedic mathematics, it's a simply one-line answer. Here I have the examples using the regular method and also the conventional method. So using Vedic mathematics, as I said, one-line answer, and that will help you with finding alphabet, sine alpha plus beta, cos alpha plus beta, tan alpha plus beta, whereas using the regular method for each and every trigonometric function, you need to go through a tedious process of solving equations. So again, Vedic mathematics helps.
I myself, being an engineering graduate in electronics and communication, I'm curious to know how Vedic math can be used in electronics. Let us hear from Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant.
High-speed, low-power consumption devices are the need of the current technology. Designing and developing those kind of microcontroller applications has become a tedious and challenging task. We all know the speed of digital signal, any digital signal processing unit directly depends upon the performance or the speed of the multiplier. And the performance of the multiplier depends upon the full adder circuit. Here is an example where when we have a full adder circuit with 3 inputs and generating 2 outputs, which is sum and carry. So when we are trying to add 3 bits binary addition, it generates a sum and carry. So this sum and carry are implemented using Vedic mathematics. So when a processor is programmed using Vedic mathematics algorithm, it takes only 18 microseconds to generate the answer. Whereas using the regular mathematics, it takes 200 microseconds to generate the answer. So that's the power of Vedic mathematics, and people in electronics industry are deeply into Vedic mathematics nowadays.
In India, you can see a lot of temples. But when you go to those temples, it is always amazing and astonishing to see how these temples were constructed and hundreds and thousands of years ago. How was it possible? Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant says that there is Vedic math involved. Let us hear from her.
Our sages used Vedic mathematics in the field of construction of temples, altars, and yajna vedikas. Based on the planetary positions and the position of other celestial bodies, they could predict the future. They computed Panchangam, the Indian Vedic calendar, and also to keep track of the thousands and thousands of deities, they introduced a number system. In short, our sages used Vedic mathematics in the field of construction, astronomy, astrology, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, and engineering. When I try to do a research in the field of how they use Vedic mathematics in the construction of temples, I thought my knowledge was not enough. the rishis, our rishis were so intelligent and so advanced in science and technology. The more and more I dive into that, I felt like my knowledge is very limited. And hats off to our sages and rishis who have given this kind of knowledge to us. And we should be proud of our heritage once again. Being Indians, we should learn Vedic mathematics.
Not only for school children, mathematics, coordinate geometry, or electronics, how this Vedic math can be used by corporate world. Let us hear from Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant.
Mathematics, Vedic mathematics is beneficial for everyone. Anyone starting from a person who's preparing for competitive exams, as it is very fast and easy and accurate. You try to solve the problems quickly and save a lot of time and use the same time for solving some of the problems. NASA has always been interested in Vedas and Sanskrit. They gave a lot of importance to Vedas. Whenever they conducted any experiments, they compared the results with Vedas, and to their surprise, they always found that the answers are accurate. For example, the distance between sun and the moon, the value of pi, the birth of a black hole and death of the black hole, the speed of the light, and many, many more. Dr. Rick Pix, he's a NASA scientist, and his team are doing a great research in the field of Vedic mathematics. And Vedic mathematics is also used in the field of electronics, artificial intelligence, and software programming. Recently, Puri Shankaracharya's Vedic mathematics helped ISRO scientists with the successful launch of Chandrayaan-2.
With these many years of great experience, dedication, last 20 years, she had been learning herself, practicing, imparting knowledge to various communities, individuals. She has done a great job to all community in the world. To be proud Indian, we should salute her knowledge, commitment, dedication on Vedic math. Let us see what her plans are to educate Vedic math so that everyone can get benefit out of Vedic math. Let us hear her plans.
As I said, we all should be proud of our heritage. And I would like to continue my services, which I'm doing for the last 10 years teaching. And it's a great experience learning a divine subject. I feel this is really divine. And I have 2 daughters. I'm training both of them in Vedic mathematics. And I hope they would also try and learn and share this knowledge with the world.
For Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant, last 20 years, this journey of her success would not have been easy without support of family. Her loving husband, Rajnikant, and 2 lovely daughters. These 4 are 4 pillars of her success, and she had been enjoying that success. Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant had been experiencing a lot in her life by imparting, by sharing her experiences on Vedic math. There had been a lot of heart-touching moments for her. She could not control tears when people came and talked to her about the benefit that they got. Let us hear what are those touching moments from Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant.
As K.K. Reddy Garu said, I have many experiences to share, but maybe some other day. Today I'm going to share a couple of them. One was Sri Bharati Krishna Tirtha ji's granddaughter, who's in her mid-80s. After knowing that I'm conducting Vedic mathematics classes, she came to me just to bless me and speak to me. This is a memory which I can cherish all my life. And there's another experience which I would like to share in a humble way, because a parent who was a happy parent came and touched my feet, who was much elder than me, saying that his daughter improved drastically after attending my classes. So these are, I can share many more, but I would like to stop here.
To learn more about Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant, let us hear her details, how you can contact her.
So my phone number is 847-612-5174. I repeat it again, 847-612-5174. And you can also email me at gayathri7106 gmail.com. Gayathri7106 gmail.com. Thank you.
We are all from great India, heritage for so many, thousands and thousands of history. Mathematics geniuses were born. I had been in teaching for many years. When I heard about Vedic math from Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant, I was so impressed. Why is that I did not learn Vedic math? Now I am curious to know what is Vedic math and learn more and more. I am proud to be here along with Mrs. Gayathri Rajnikant. I am proud to say that we are from Mother India, and we are always proud to be anywhere in the world to show the strength and greatness of Mother India. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Jai Hind, Jai Hind, Jai Hind.